I once wandered into this small little beach town, not too far from where I live, during the off-season. The kind of place where the salt air lingers a little longer and conversations happen without any clocks around. Nestled between a shuttered surf shack and a sun-bleached little coffee shop, I found this humble little storefront with no sign. I love these kinds of stores. Just a driftwood carving of a little bird hanging above the door. Inside, the air smelled of cedar and ocean. The walls were lined with delicate birds, owls, cranes, sparrows, each one whittled from driftwood, each one caught mid-flight or mid-stillness. And behind this small workbench sat a man with a real slow smile and extremely weather-worn hands, and he looked up. He welcomed me into his store, and he said, "I just finished a kestrel. You want to see it?" We ended up having a conversation which led into a deeper conversation, because that's kind of what I do when I meet people. We just happen to always go deeper. He told me that he used to drink in this conversation heavily. But then I started carving, he said, and it gave me something to hold that didn't hurt. He wasn't trying to sell me anything, by the way. He was just content, at peace in his own way, that made you feel like you'd stepped into a different kind of time. For some reason, that moment never left me. I don't think that he was just carving birds. I think he was carving hope. And it made me wonder. We always talk about what we'll lose if we don't create, right? And by the way, if that resonates, I made a whole video about it, and I'll link it up here if you want to go check it out. But this video is about the other side. What's at stake if you do create? And to help you reflect and go a little bit further, I created a free worksheet like I've done with some of my prior videos that goes along with this video. And you can grab that, of course, on my website. The link is in the description below. So let's start by talking about how healing could happen. So when we create, we crack open the vault, right? You allow things buried like grief and anger, longing, wonder to take form. Art becomes your confession booth, your canvas, your mirror, your lens, a translator for things you can't say out loud, as I shared in my last video. What's at stake? The chance to heal. Not all at once, of course, not perfectly, but honestly. Now let's talk about how someone might breathe easier. Your work. Your work might be the lifeline someone else didn't know they needed. The poem that sounds like their inner dialogue, or that photograph that feels like home, or the film that makes them whisper, "That's me." What's at stake? Their breath, their clarity, maybe their belonging. You don't even have to know who they are. Just trust that what is true in you will speak to what is true in them. Now let's talk about how you could finally see yourself. We often think that we make art to show something, but more often, I believe, we make art to see ourselves clearly. And when we create, what happens? Our voice emerges. And for once, it doesn't sound like comparison or fear or silence. It sounds like you. What's at stake? Self-recognition, maybe, or identity, or ownership of our own story. Now let's talk about how you begin to change time. Creating teaches us to slow down. It teaches us to notice. It teaches us to be. It reorients us to be in the present moment, doesn't it? And paradoxically, the more present we become, the more eternal our work feels. What's at stake? Legacy, rhythm, reverence for time as a canvas. Now let's talk about how the world shifts, even if just a little. No, you might not go viral, but you might go deep with one person or many, or with yourself. You might start a conversation. You might even start a movement, a new way of thinking. And maybe, just maybe, the act of putting your art into the world, it shifts the energy of the world by an inch. And that inch is all that was needed. I don't believe that we create to be seen. I believe we create to see. I don't believe that we create to be perfect. I believe that we create to be whole. So what's at stake? If you do create, hope, healing, honesty, humanity, and maybe freedom. So here's my challenge to you. Make something today, not to impress, but to express something real, something messy, something true. Now go and risk the beautiful cost of showing up.